Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to Eastern Arizona College, John Mickelson Stadium. Lee Patterson with you as we get you ready for NJCAA women's soccer action here as the visiting Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes are in town to take on your Eastern Arizona College Gila Monsters. Eastern comes into this match 3-1-2 overall. They're 1-0 in the ACC. That puts them tied for the lead with a handful of others after the first week of conference play. Eastern does have the most goals scored this season with 30. They have almost doubled up everybody else in that category. The next closest team, Cochise College, has 18 goals this season. And they are dominating in the goals scored arena. It helps when you score 12 in your last time out. They beat Paradise Valley on Saturday 12-0 in the conference home opener. Chandler-Gilbert comes into this one 1-1 on the season. If we take a look at the league leaders after just, a week and a half of the season, Eastern's Emma Lindsay is the leader in goals scored this year with 8. Celianne Pereira has 4. That puts her number 3 on the list. And also, Kara Camp has 4 goals this season as well. Marley Sanford is the second leading assist player in the league with 8 assists this year. Emma Lindsay with 5, along with Maddie Haslam, has 5 as well. And in the save percentage, Eva Yoshin has a 94% save percentage coming in to this one. Let's do the starting lineup. First for the Eastern Arizona College Gila Monsters. In goal will be the freshman from the Netherlands, number 1, Eva Yoshin. A freshman defender from Japan, Nao Yusuda. A freshman midfield from Hooper, Utah, number 7, Marley Sanford. A freshman midfield from France, number 10, Celianne Pereira. A sophomore midfield from West Bountiful, Utah, number 14, Emma Lindsay. A freshman forward from Brazil, number 15, Maria Antonio Coelho. Freshman defender from Eagle Mountain, Utah, number 17, Abby Haslam. Freshman midfielder from Eagle Mountain, Utah, her sister, Maddie Haslam. A freshman defender from Kaysville, Utah, number 21, Ellie Morse. A freshman midfielder from Pleasant Grove, Utah, number 22, Grace Abeg. And a freshman defender from Lehigh, Utah, number 26, Abigail Schmidt. Chandler-Gilbert will lead it off to the near side as we get underway here in conference action. On a bright, warm afternoon here in the Gila Valley. A Coyote throw in the zone. 1-1 the Coyotes are on the season. They fell to Arizona Western 9-0 in their conference opener on Saturday. Haslam with the ball across the midfield stripe. Long cross, but cut off there by the Coyotes. But Haslam gets it right back. Up near side to Emma Lindsay. She's got 8 goals on the season. Into the 18. Fires across. Just misses the bar. And it hugs that line all the way to the flag. And it will be a goal kick for the Coyotes. The starting lineup for the Coyotes, a freshman forward from Highland High School, number 4, Allie Davis. A freshman defender from ALA Gilbert North, number 8, Corinne Noose. A sophomore defender from Benjamin Franklin High School, number 9, Aaron Holt. Freshman forward from Eastmark High School, number 10, Cheyenne Crapo. A freshman from Tempe High, number 11, Aaliyah Aguilar Alvarez. A freshman from ALA Queen Creek, number 13, Jessica Varney. A freshman from Castile High School, number 15, Cadence Turner. A freshman from Mountain Crest High School, number 16, Ashley Farr. A freshman from ALA Gilbert North, Jocelyn Hansbrough. A freshman from Castile, number 77, Faith Rana. And in the net, a freshman from Gilbert Classical, Samantha Hogg. Eastern will have a corner kick as Haslam sends it across. Schmidt off the right foot, blocked down by the Coyote defense, and here come the Coyotes on the counterattack. Schmidt able to get back, though, and clear it to Yasuda. Monsters will clear. Into the midfield. With it now is Marley Sanford. Tries to find Lindsay, but knocked away by the Coyotes on that tough defensive back position. Pereira with it now for the Monsters near side. Now stolen away at midfield by Crapo. Coyotes on the run the far side. Yasuda looks like she's going to be the first one there, but Chandler-Gilbert able to keep up with her, and it will be out off of Eastern, and it'll be a throw on the far side by the Coyotes. Looks like Hansbrough to throw. Into the corner. Yasuda on defense, able to knock it away, and the Monsters have the ball and off of the foot of a Coyote defender on the far side. Abeg will throw far side, now Yasuda with it. Up far side to Coelho, and knocked out by the Coyotes. Just underway here at Eastern Arizona College. First game of a doubleheader here tonight. Well, actually this afternoon on a warm afternoon. Near a 100-degree day here in Thatcher. Monsters with it at midfield. And a through ball to Coelho on the run. She's got help. Finds Haslam on the near side, but knocked away in the box. And here comes Coelho in with a hard tackle. A referee says play on. And Pereira with it for the Monsters. Out on top to Haslam. Now to Pereira. Pereira reverses near side. Out on top to Haslam. A little bit too much for her. Let's check that's Sanford with it. Out on top now to Schmidt. Schmidt, far side of Yasuda. Yasuda setting it up. Lofts it in. Runner off of the head of Coelho. And a save by Hogg on the first shot of the game. 5 minutes in for the Monsters. No score early on. Here in ACC women's soccer action. Monsters have it in the back end, but taken away and stolen by Allie Davis. Davis with it, top of the 18. Yasuda there to knock it down. Davis back, though, and into the corner of the net. And Chandler-Gilbert strikes first. Defense into offense as Allie Davis didn't give up, and she's able to find the back of the net against Yoshin in just 5 minutes and 2 seconds into this one. Chandler-Gilbert takes their lead, the first lead of the game, with a 1-0 goal. This official wastes no time. Quick restart, though, for the Monsters. Long through ball trying to find Haslam. A little bit too much and out of bounds on the near side. That one going to be out on the Monsters, and the Coyotes will throw. Into Davis, and can't get by the triple team and loses it out of bounds. It'll be a Monster throw. Into Lindsay. Lindsay has it knocked out, but she gets it quick and throws it. Tries to find Coelho on the run, and it will be a goal kick for the Coyotes. Monsters able to head it down, keep it in the offensive end, put a little pressure on the Coyote defense. That one going to find the inline. Yeah, they're going to say went out just on this side of the inline, and a Coyote throw deep in the corner. Into Crapo, who turns for the Coyotes, tries to get it past Schmidt, who lands awkwardly as she tries to stop it. Davis on the run again for the Coyotes. Haslam back on defense, and Yoshin will clear up to midfield. To Coelho. Coelho leaves it to Pereira. Pereira with the cross far side. Monsters in good position as Ebeg with it far side. She's got some help in the box with Lindsay. It is headed and saved by Hogg just at the corner post. She almost batted that into the net. If that ball gets past that corner post, could have been a goal for the Monsters. And Eastern will get it far side with Pereira now. Pereira puts a through ball, no runner there for the Monsters. And the Coyotes will clear. 1-0 Coyotes, 37 minutes left in the first half of this one. First game of a doubleheader. Men's action coming up a little bit later tonight against the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes as well. With the heat today, I'm sure we'll see a lot of substitutions between both sides. And just as I say that, the Coyotes have one off the bench as Megan Castle, a freshman from Higley, getting ready to check in for the Coyotes. They're going to have Castle come on, and it will be for the player the furthest away from the near sideline. Megan Castle will come on for Jocelyn Hansborough, and she will throw from the far side. For the Coyotes. Makes it through the traffic for the Coyotes, in possession far side. And taken back by the Monsters. Near side to Morse. Morse with the long boot to Haslam. Onside, and Haslam throttles down, and Hogg will clear it for, or Haig will clear it for the Coyotes. 1-0 on an Allie Davis fifth minute goal for the Coyotes in this one. ACC conference action. Monsters are 1-0 in the league. Coyotes 0-1, and they're going to say play on. That is going to be Eastern throw, though, as Haslam hit the deck. Morse will throw down to Lindsay. Lindsay draws the double team. Why not? She scored 8 goals this year. Get a little hip check on the way by, and the official going to say that is against Emma Lindsay. Lindsay's as confused as I am. And it will be a kick for the Coyotes. Monsters have to play from behind. They did not give up a goal Saturday against Paradise Valley in the conference opener. And the Coyotes did not score a goal in their conference opener on Saturday. Handball at midfield against Eastern. The official telling Cadence Turner that she's got to bring that ball back closer to midfield. And a free kick into the box gets through the Eastern defense, and Yoshin there to dive on it at the edge of the box. She'll roll it out far side of Yasuda. Yasuda, middle of the field to Pereira. Pereira on the run far side. looking for Abeg. Abeg into the attacking end. Gets past her defender. She's got space into the box, and Hake there for again to corral it for the Coyotes. Her third save of the first half, with 33-14 to play in the first half. Yoshin boots it back the other way. Coelho trying to chase it down for the Monsters. Eastern applying some pressure, and they get the ball back in the offensive end. Can't hang on to it, though, as Crapo gets it away. Now to Morse, near side to Haslam. Haslam, middle of the field to her sister. Now to Pereira. Pereira, heel kicks it. Can't get it past the defender, though. She was looking for Haslam, who was on the run. But quick feet by the Coyote defender didn't let that one through. Coyote throw. Over the head of Schmidt, who chases it down. Able to corral it for a bit. Now get it back to the other end. Midfield to Davis. An attempt by the Coyotes, but the Monsters there to clear it. That ball gets past a Coyote player. That was 17. Check that, 10. Cheyenne Crapo. And a turn over the head of Crapo. And Yoshin there to spin it out to Yasuda. Far side. She'll bring it herself on the attack. Far side now to Abeg. The lefty floats it into the box. Over the head of everybody. And Haslam unable to chase it down on the back end. It'll be a goal kick for the Coyotes. Monsters are getting some pressure in the offensive end, but not able to find the back of the net. Into the lineup for Eastern Arizona, number 23, Samantha Madrid, the freshman from Eager, Arizona, replacing Schmidt. And a kick for the Coyotes. Crapo turns and spins it up into the attacking end for the Coyotes. Yasuda there to knock it back to Yoshin. And out of bounds at midfield for a throw-in. We thank everybody for tuning in this afternoon here at Eastern Arizona College on the EAC YouTube page. A couple of comments already. Thanks for tuning in. We are an interactive broadcast here, so we'll look through as Yoshin can't find Morse on the near side, and a break for the Coyotes. They'll get a throw in the attacking end. We'll interact back and forth here on this broadcast. Throw in, headed down by the Coyotes. And Pereira able to body that one back into the zone, but over the line and out. Turner will throw. Headed by Sanford to Coelho. Coelho near side, and a whistle and a foul called against Coelho. As Jessica Varney hit the turf on that exchange. Turner set to kick it for the Coyotes. 29 minutes left in the first half. 1-0 Coyote lead. Eastern will let that one roll over the line. Haslam will throw it. She'll leave it to Morse to throw it in. Headed up by the Coyotes. On to Coelho. Now back to Abby Haslam. Far side to Yasuda. Yasuda on a ball far side to Abeg, and she can't chase it down. It goes over the line and out. The Coyotes will throw on the far side. Allie Davis trying to split the double team. She does. She has it on, but there is the foot of Ellie Morse to knock it away for the Monsters. Davis had the first goal for the Coyotes, and she almost had a second there as she split the double team before Morse knocked it away. Coyotes to throw far side. Leading 1-0, 27 minutes to play in the first half. An offside flag is up, and the Monsters will get a kick from deep in the far side. Haslam boots it away onto the foot of Coelho. Monsters have some room and some options. But Coelho slows it down, far side, up to Lindsay. Lindsay turns. Now back on the run to Lindsay, one-on-one, and Lindsay misses on the far side as Hogg came out to, check that, offside the call. Didn't see the flag in the corner. They call offside, so no shot at all. And I wonder if Lindsay saw that out of the corner of her eye as she came through there. That's why the shot went wide. Turner up to midfield, headed down by Sanford, but back to Chandler-Gilbert as Alvarez with a boot down to Yoshin. Yoshin thought about rolling it out. Now she'll boot it to the near side to Morse. Morse up near side to Haslam. Haslam can't keep it as it's knocked out by Varney. Throw in. Alvarez down to the near side to Haslam. Haslam up to Lindsay. Lindsay turns. One-on-one now. Up to Coelho. Coelho in a foot race. Won there by the Coyotes. Coelho goes down, and she's holding the side of her face, and she is slow to get up, and the officials coming to check on her. The defender was running across the field. Coelho was running with the field, and they collided after the Coyotes cleared it. It will be a throw for the Monsters. Haslam to throw. Gets it into Coelho, right side of the 18. Now back to Haslam, who floats it across into the box. Header, but couldn't get enough on it for Grace Abeg, and it floats across the line. It'll be a goal kick for the Coyotes. Into the Monster lineup, number 24, Kara Camp, the freshman from Fillmore, Utah. And on for the Coyotes, number 27, Taylor Brown, a sophomore from Basha High School. 1-0 Coyotes lead, 24 minutes to play in the first half of this one. Emma Lindsay with it. Knocked away, but a whistle and a foul called against the Coyotes. And the Monsters will have a chance to set up a set piece here about 25 yards out. And it looks like it'll be off the foot of Emma Lindsay. Puts the wall inside the 18, about 16 away from the keeper. Monsters with a golden opportunity to level this one here with 24 minutes to play in the first half. Lindsay floats it in and right into the waiting arms of Samantha Hogg, the freshman from Gilbert Classical, with another save. Yasuda has it far side. for the Monsters at midfield. Now across to Madrid, her first touch. To Pereira. Pereira near side to Morse. Davis gets back on defense and back the other way come the Coyotes. Pereira sprints back on defense. Davis floats it far side. A little bit behind Crapo, and it will roll over the line for a throw for the Monsters. Into Haslam. She'll bring it up to Madrid. Monsters working forward. Near side to Lindsay. Now she'll throw it far side to Haslam. Onside. Haslam working to get there. She's going to keep it for the Monsters. Deep in the corner. Turns. Finds some workable space. Into the box. And kicked back out by the Coyotes for a Monster throw. Schmidt back on for the Monsters, replacing Ellie Morse. And on for the Coyotes will be 17, Jocelyn Hansborough, replacing number 6, Megan Castle. Megan Castle. Monsters will get a corner for their second corner of the half as Maddie Haslam will set it up. Into the box, headed down off the foot of Lindsay, but saved by a foot of a defender. Coyotes try to clear, but it looks like Haslam will corral it before they do. Right side to Lindsay. Lindsay can't get around the defender who boots it out for a throw. That's Turner on defense for the Coyotes. 21-18 to play in the first half. 1-0 Coyote lead here in this one. Coyotes looking to clear. Collision between Haslam and Davis. Ball stays there. Both of them go hard again. Official says play on, and then a foul called against Pereira, and it'll be a Coyote kick. Been a pretty physical first half between these two. In this 1-0 Coyote lead. Haslam with it near side, not able to keep it in. On for the Coyotes will be number 14, Gemma Larson, a freshman from Red Mountain, and number 2, Emily Greska, a freshman from Perry. And a hydration break here with 20 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the first half. Coyotes 1, Monsters 0. We'll be back after this. Everybody able to get some water on that break, including myself. So we're ready to go here with 20 minutes to play in the first half of this one. Coyotes lead it 1-0. Madrid able to head it in for the Monsters. Larson tries to chase it down for the Coyotes. Eventually does far side now with Hansbrough. Knocked away by Yasuda on defense. Yasuda with it far side now. The lefty tries to boot it across, but knocked down at midfield by the Coyotes. Near side to Greska. And an offside flag is up on the far side. The Coyotes scored in the 5th minute of this one on an Allie Davis breakaway. Since then, it's been a pretty physical game and even between both sides. And a whistle and a foul as Pereira whistled for going through the offensive player. And it'll be a kick for the Coyotes. You know, in the first year of soccer here at Eastern Arizona College, so this is the first year that any of us involved in this broadcast have been involved with soccer at the collegiate level. And it's interesting to me how different each officiating crew calls the game. It really is. I mean, obviously I know that in basketball and in football and other sports it's the same, but it feels more evident in soccer. Maybe because it's so wide open. I don't know. Greska with it now for the Coyotes. Into Crapo. She turns. Can't get through the fence. Is Madrid there for the Monsters. Off to Pereira. Pokes it through. Keeps it in. Off to Lindsay. Lindsay tries to turn and boot, but there to knock it away are the Coyotes as Brown puts it all the way back down the field. Schmidt up the near side. Kept in by the Coyotes. Over to Haslam, though. That was a nice job by Haslam recognizing the spin on that ball and turning her body to go receive it. And a long run on now to Camp, and she's not going to be able to catch up. Nice effort there by the Monsters and a nice run there by Kara Camp, the freshman from Fillmore, Utah. Monsters have had some chances here in the first half. They've not been perfect looks, but they've had some chances. A handball called against the Monsters on Schmidt, and now the Coyotes will have a set piece about 22 yards out. The official will set the wall about 5 yards deep in the 18. That looks like Cheyenne Crapo, the Eastmark freshman, set through, and Yoshin there to corral it for the Monsters. She wants to get it out quick. Near side to Haslam on the run. Her and Lindsay converge for it. Lindsay with the header down the field. That's onside. And Eastern not quite able to get there. Haslam needed one more half step to be able to get to that one. But that was a great effort by Emma Lindsay to throw that one on for Haslam. Coming on for Chandler-Gilbert, number 11, Aaliyah Aguilar-Alvarez. And number 8, Corin Noose. On for the Monsters, number 19, Kylie Holt, the freshman from Eagle Mountain, Utah. One of 3 players from Eagle Mountain, all went to Cedar Valley High School. Camp with it, now far side to Yasuda. Yasuda, pretty accurate from there, off to Lindsay. Lindsay gets it off, now back, a back save by the Coyotes. Sanford had an open net, but not able to get it past the defender. A throw for the Monsters. Into Haslam near side. Haslam lost it. The officials say it is off of her. It'll be a Coyote throw. Into Alvarez. Schmidt will get it up to Haslam. Tries to clear. but Varney there for the Coyotes. Off to Pereira. Pereira through a double team, still has possession. Gets it to the near side to Haslam. Up to Lindsay. Lindsay will throw it into a streaking Camp to the edge of the 18, and the Coyote keeper, Samantha Hogg, will be out to corral that one. She's been busy. The Monsters have put some pressure on, but with 14:50 to play in the first half, it's still a 1-0 Coyote lead. Yasuda to Sanford. She'll clear her defender. Gets it up to Lindsay. Lindsay spins right. The double team coming. Lindsay to the edge of the 18 and mistimed that one and sends it nearly to the scoreboard. The ball took a weird bounce on her on that second bounce, and I think it came up a little higher than she was expecting and sailed that one, airmailed it. It'll be a goal kick for the Coyotes. .14:09 to play in the first half. 1-0 Coyote lead. Pereira able to keep it in. On to Camp, who has it taken away, but Camp there quickly to recover. Off to Yasuda, far side. Yasuda leaves it over to Holt. Over to Haslam now. Haslam turns, keeps it in, and it's knocked away by the Coyotes. Schmidt there to clear it back for the Monsters into the attacking end. Onto the boot of Camp, who can't hang on to it. Yasuda on the run far side for Eastern. Not able to get there, but it's kicked off of a Coyote and out of bounds. Camp to throw it in to Yasuda. Yasuda back to Camp to Yasuda. Yasuda near center field. Off to Haslam. Now off to Madrid. Madrid down far corner to Haslam. Haslam not able to get there, and it goes over the line for a goal kick. 12:52 to play in the first half, a 1-0 Coyote lead. The Monsters have been playing from behind since the 5-minute mark of this one. Allie Davis back on for the Coyotes. She is the lone goal scorer in this one. The Coyotes will boot it away. To the near side. Pereira there to corral for the Monsters. Off to Haslam on the run near side. And Madrid will let it roll across for a throw. Into Lindsay, right side. She's getting a lot of attention in this one. She sends it across into the box to Sanford. Sanford on the run. Turns. Ricochets off another defender. Off to Camp. To Yasuda, who can't put it through on the near post. Yasuda came in with the left foot from the left side, angling for that right post, and just a little bit wide. And it's still a 1-0 Monster lead. Coyote lead. The Coyotes, once again, will boot it away. 11.5 to play first half. We'll have a few stats coming up at halftime. Camp keeps it in for the Monsters. Off to Lindsay to the near side. Lindsay leaves it off. Back across and bumped in the box, and the official says play on. Kylie Holt was jarred from behind in the box on that cross, and the official said play on. Yasuda with it now for the Monsters. Up on top to Lindsay. Lindsay reverses it. Now spins back right. Tries to get it up to Madrid, but she had started to fall back on defense. And it'll be a Coyote throw. Back on for the Coyotes will be number 14, Gemma Larson. Replacing 77, Faith Reyna. Coyote throw. with 10 minutes to play in the half. Madrid tries to corral it, gets past her, but she'll chase it down. Cross it far side to Yasuda. Yasuda brings it into the attacking end on the attack herself. Leaves it, gets it back to Yasuda. Now back far side, gives it to Yasuda on the give and go. The lefty up and over. And another goal kick for the Coyotes. On for the Coyotes will be number 10, Cheyenne Crapo, replacing 29, Juanita Morales, the freshman from Tempe. Coyotes booted away, but the Monsters able to keep it in. Camp on the run. She is hip checked at the corner of the 18, and that one is going to be a kick for the Monsters, just on the edge of the 18 on the far side. We'll see if the Monsters can level this one with 9 minutes to play in the first half. Will it be Yasuda to take the kick, or is it going to be Holt from the far side? It will be Holt. The righty fires, and a short hop to Hogg, but she's able to corral it. She has been perfect between the pipes tonight. Monsters able to keep it on. Lindsay gets a boot on it. Now chasing it down to the near side. Not able to get there, and it's kicked away. But the Monsters get it back. Haslam into Madrid. Madrid up to Lindsay. Lindsay gets around the defender right side. Sends in the cross. And it's still got room. Pereira off of a body of a Coyote, and it will be a corner kick on the far side for Eastern. Haslam will head across for the kick from the far side. Clock runs, 7.5 minutes to play in the first half, 1-0 Coyote lead. That score came in the 5th minute. Haslam sets at the far post, at the far flag, lofts it across. Onto the head of Madrid. She heads it down, but Hogg there to pick it up on another shot by the Monsters. The shots are starting to add up for Eastern. They've been in the attacking zone, but they just haven't been able to get it past the Coyote keeper. Coyote ball, far side. Yasuda there to get a foot on it. Off to Holt, far side. She's on the run. She's got some options across, too, and it's knocked out by the defender. It'll be another corner kick for the Monsters. It feels like the last 10 minutes of the half have been played in the Eastern attacking end. They've had some options, but haven't been able to put any through to the back of the net. 6.5 to play in the first half. They trail 1-0, and Haslam will set up for another corner for the Monsters. This one floats across again. Schmidt not able. Sanford gets a foot on it, and there's another diving save by Hogg. She has been outstanding in net today for the Coyotes. 6 minutes to play in the first half. 1-0 Coyote lead. Holt with it, far side. Now onto the boot of Sanford, and kicked away by the Coyotes. Here comes Davis, though. She's going to show off her speed. Schmidt there to cut her off. Davis tries again, but Schmidt stays in control. Alvarez with it, far side. And Coyotes not able to keep it in. It'll be a throw for the Monsters. Taken back by the Coyotes, but Yasuda there to get it back. Pereira with it for Eastern. Off to Yasuda. Yasuda up to Lindsay. Lindsay near side. Up to Sanford. Sanford, the righty, has it poked away, and Haslam will chase it down out to Madrid. Madrid near side to Haslam. She has some room. She's going to send it. Top of the box through Holt. And Holt's going to try to chase it down. I don't know if she's going to be able to get there. She's not. It'll be Coyote throw-in from deep in the defensive end. And the Coyote defender slow to get up. And substitute coming in for her. That is number 6, Megan Castle. And I can't see a number on the far side defender who's headed off, but she is headed the long way around back to the bench. Coyotes will throw from deep in the far side into Alvarez against Pereira. Up to Davis. Davis one-on-one against Schmidt. Here comes Madrid back on some help. Davis gets past Schmidt. Right side. Oh, off of the right hand of Yoshin. A save for Yoshin, but Allie Davis showing off her speed once again on the attack. It'll be a corner for the Coyotes. I believe that's their first of the game. It is, or of the match. Coyotes tee up a corner from the near side. Everybody gathered inside the box. The cross is kneed away by Madrid. She's going to chase it down, trying to start the break. Comes to the near side. Off to Pereira. Pereira up to Emma Lindsay. Lindsay back to Haslam. She's on the run and onside. Gets around the ball into the edge of the 18, lofts it towards the back, and nobody home for the Monsters. What a run. Haslam went from 18 to 18 on that run and almost had enough to put it in. 3 minutes to play in the first half, 1-0. Coyotes in this one. Both these squads going to need the rest at halftime. Coyotes booted away, but Haslam there to keep it in. Sends it back, though, to Varney for the Coyotes, but back to Haslam, near side to Madrid. Madrid in the middle of the field to Haslam. She'll turn to Yasuda. Yasuda wants to send it. She gets it to the top of the 18. It's kicked away by the back line of the Coyotes, but not out yet. Madrid able to keep it in. Off to Haslam. Here comes another sprint for Haslam. Keeps it in. Right side. Now she sends it across into the box. Knocked down. And nearly out by the Coyotes. There's Haslam again. She has been every for Eastern. Madrid. High cross, far side. To Holt. Can't hang on, but she'll get it over to Yasuda. 1:45 to play in the first half. Monsters trying to level it here before the break. They've played 85% of this game in the attacking end, but nothing to show for it. Lindsay with it. Off to Yasuda. Headed in by Pereira and picked up by the Coyote keeper. 1:22 left on the scoreboard clock here in the first half. Coyotes got on the board early and then have just been able to bend but not break on the defensive end. Pereira with it, on for the Monsters. Left side into the 18 to Holt, and it's cleared away. That will be a corner, though, for the Monsters with under a minute to play. This is the 5th corner of the match for Eastern. Holt sends it across. Good action on that one, headed down to Pereira. Pereira off of the shin of a Coyote. The Monsters get another throw. 39 seconds to play in the half. Haslam will tee it up on the near side with 30 seconds left in the half. Low line drive to Camp, not able to clear it in, and Davis tries to save it, not able to on the near side. The Monsters will throw. Haslam into Camp. Camp turns, has some room, runs into a fender. 7 seconds if she clears it. If she can't, Yasuda's there. 4 seconds. Yasuda going to loft it in at the buzzer, headed by Sanford, and that's going to do it for the half. At the end of the first half, the score, Chandler-Gilbert 1, Eastern Arizona College 0. We'll be back for a little halftime recap coming up right after this. Coyotes able to put some pressure on themselves here to start. As set to take the corner is Cheyenne Crapo. The Monsters looking into the setting sun. That's a worm burner across. Madrid tries to clear it onto the foot of Hansbrough, and a save by Yoshin for the Monsters. Tries to get it out to Lindsay on a deep boot. The Coyotes able to keep it in. Yosuda. They're going to call the Coyotes on an offside position. Even though that wasn't really an attack, the official called it offside. Haslam will kick it away. Onto the foot of Pereira to Yasuda. Yasuda in the middle of the field to Lindsay. She can score from range, and she puts it on, and nobody there as Sanford and Coelho tried to converge on it, and Hogg will clean it up for the Coyotes. Coyotes try to flick it on, but the Monsters are going to get back, let that go over the line, and have a throw in. As we mentioned the standings at the top of the broadcast, but we'll go over them once again as Coelho has some room. Off to Lindsay. Lindsay flicks it on to Sanford. She's not able to keep it in possession. And here come the Coyotes back the other way. There's Davis. We know she has speed and can score. Off to Crapo. Crapo on a foot race, right side, and not able to curl it in. That's going to go over the inline for a goal kick for the Monsters. Coming into today, Phoenix College, Eastern Arizona College, Cochise College, Arizona Western, and Gateway are all 1-0 in the ACC, which is the conference these teams play in. Scottsdale, Glendale, and Yavapai have yet to play a conference game coming into today. And Chandler-Gilbert, Mesa, Pima, South Mountain, and Paradise are all 0-1. Pereira with it, near side, tries to find Lindsay, but the Coyotes step in front. Up near side to Crapo. Crapo. Davis wants a through ball. She gets it, tries to heel it in, but the Monster's there to clear it to the near side. Hansbrough through a double team. Kicked off of her foot, and Eastern will throw it in. Into Lindsay. On the turn, Coelho through, and she's offside. And Coelho and the keeper collide. But both seem to be okay. As we said, the Monsters have scored the most goals, 30 on the season. Cochise College has scored 18. That's the second most in the league. The Monsters have also played the most games coming into this one with 6. Haslam on the defensive side, able to stop it, off to Abeg, but the pressure by the Coyotes, get it back. Crapo can't get it past Yasuda as it goes out of bounds. Long throw into Alvarez, cleared to the near side by Morse, but back on the offside flag is up, and the Monsters will have a goal kick. Phoenix College is 4-0 to start the season. That is the longest winning streak in the league. Eastern has won 2 in a row. But the Coyotes here lead 1-0 with 39:45 to play in this ACC match. More good defense from the Coyotes. Monsters have not been able to get much clean on the offensive end, and another solid defensive effort there by Ashley Farr. Throw into Lindsay. Lindsay with some room. Gets to the far in line. Now turns. Off to Abeg. in the box. Loses her footing and a whistle. The Monsters are going to get a penalty kick with a chance to even this one. Abeg with good footwork to get around the defender. They got tangled up. She goes down, and the Monsters will have a penalty kick. Lindsay will do the honors, it appears. She's got 8 goals on the season, looking for her 9th here, a penalty kick with 39 minutes to play in the ball game. Lindsay set. One-on-one against Hogg. She's been flawless today. Can she stop the Lindsay penalty kick? No, she can't. Into the back of the net, and the Monsters level the game with 39-12 to play on an Emma Lindsay penalty kick. And she goes into the back of the net, grabs the ball, and sprints it back to midfield. I think there's a little frustration today for Emma Lindsay not being able. You know, when you're the league's leading goal scorer, you're going to have a ton of defensive attention. And that's something you got to get used to at the collegiate level. Monsters level it 1-1. And Haslam has a run on the far side. Sends it in to Lindsay. She goes down again, and they're going to call it against Lindsay. I thought that we were going to have back-to-back penalty kicks, but they're going to call the foul on Lindsay in the box and give a goal kick to the Coyotes. Lindsay a little slow to get up. In the 50th minute, the Monsters score their first of the game. It's about the same time those goals were both in the same minute of the half. It's deja vu all over again. 1-1 ball game, 38-07. We talked about the pressure that the Monsters have been able to put on. The last pressure resulted in a penalty kick and a through ball on the far side. Yoshin going to chase it down for Eastern. And she'll boot it away to midfield. Over to Coelho. Down the right sideline. On the run against 2 defenders. Gets it in the middle of the box, and Hogg there to get to it first. That was a good effort by Coelho on the far side as she was against 2 defenders and still able to get some power on the cross. To Lindsay, middle of the field. Back to Coelho on the run. Right side, cross. And not able to get much juice on it. Another save for the Coyotes. Madrid with the header for the Monsters, but towards the bench and out. We'll have a substitution for the Coyotes. On is Megan Castle, the freshman from Higley. Fun fact for Higley fans, I broadcast the first ever football game at Higley High School. Megan Castle back on, as we mentioned. There's not many people that will even know or care about that, but those that have gone to Higley may. Yasuda clears it up to Coelho. And then Coelho going to be called for a foul, and I think that means a card's coming out on Coelho. It is. A yellow card issued to Coelho. She's going to come off and be replaced by 24, Kara Camp. And so Coelho booked at the 36-21 mark of the second half in the 54th minute. And now the Coyotes kick from midfield. Off to the boot of Alvarez. Now back to Castle, and she floats one through the uprights. In the other football game, that counts as 3. Monsters trying to clear, but Hansbrough there, and kicked out by Farr. Monsters throw, try to get it to Lindsay, and Lindsay can't hang on, but they're going to say it is a monster throw as Farr knocks it out. Into Pereira. Back to Yasuda. Yasuda around Crapo. Back to Pereira. Heel kick to Yasuda. Monsters have options. Floater in to Camp in the box. Through just off the post and out. Haslam streaking from the far side was able to get it on her foot, but not on the inside of the post. One thing I've noticed with Yasuda is if she's in the attacking end, if she's able to bring it all the way up into the attacking end, she's going to find a teammate no matter what part of the field she's on. She's a great job with that. A whistle and a foul for a push in the back on Sanford. It'll be a Coyote kick. 34-41 to play in this one, tied at 1. Trying to find Davis on the far side, not able to. And Yoshin there to pick it up. Back the other way quickly. Camp with it on a nice feed from Yoshin. Out in front, down the right side. She turns and looks, takes a stop. Now left-footed in the box, kicked away by the Coyotes. And out on the far side is Chandler-Gilbert's defense there to stop the monster attack. Now onto the boot of Madrid. Now to Camp. Back to Haslam, right side. Haslam into the box to Sanford. Down to Lindsay. Lindsay turns in the box, off the post, headed back and in for the Monsters is Abeg. There to put it in. Are they going to say offside? They're going to say offside flag was up. No goal. No goal. Wave it off. They're going to say offside on Grace Abeg. Called from the far side official and wipe the go-ahead off. That was a great effort by Abeg, though. She saw an opportunity and put it into the back of the net, but unfortunately called offside. Pereira with it. Has some room. Knocked away at the edge of the 18 by the Coyotes, but stays in. Abeg going to let it roll off. More pressure there for the Monsters. And a substitution on for the Coyotes will be 14, Gemma Larson. That would have been the first goal of the season for Abeg. She was able to stay onside. 15, Cadence Turner back on as well for the Coyotes. A monster throw, or is it a Coyote throw? It is a Coyote throw. Abeg able to head it across to Camp onto the foot of Pereira, but can't hang on to it. Alvarez with it now for now off to Haslam right side. And kicked away by the Coyotes. It'll be a throw for the Monsters on the far side. Camp with it now for the Monsters. Top of the 18. Trying to find the teammate. Gets it to Madrid, who hits the deck. No whistle, but Pereira has it. Crosses in for Pereira. That one is onside, and the Monsters take the lead 2-1. Off the right foot of Ciliane Pereira, the freshman from France. And the Monsters on top 2-1. There's the pressure we've been talking about. It has taken the Monsters 2/3 of the game, but they have came through with 2 goals here in the second half to go on top 2-1 against Chandler-Gilbert. 31:57 to play in this one. The Monsters take their first lead of the game. As Yasuda. They scored in the 50th minute and the 59th minute of this one. Have the Monsters 2 goals in 9 minutes. Yasuda will throw for Eastern on the near side. Off to Pereira, the goal scorer. Back to Yasuda. Back to Haslam to reset. Far side. Morse with it. Right side. On for Haslam. The cross comes a little bit too much. Got a little bit too much air under that one. And up and out of bounds. That is Pereira's 5th goal of the season for the Monsters. Comes in the 59th minute of this one. 2-1 Eastern. Lindsay with it, middle of the field, sends it across into Pereira. Pereira with some footwork. Lefty this time, but Hogg there to save it for the Coyotes. Yasuda heads it down, back into the offensive end. To Lindsay. Lindsay sheds the defender, one-on-one, left side. Gets through with a nice step, left-footed, and saved by Hogg. The Monsters had 10 shots in the first half. They've already have 7 in the second half, and 2 of them have found the back of the net. 17 shots in this game for Eastern. Yasuda with it near side in the shady part of the field as the sun sets here in southeastern Arizona. Yasuda able to dig that one out, keeps it in, and a foul called against the Coyotes. Yasuda will kick. Now they'll pass it on to Abby Haslam. Haslam set for Eastern. Sends it in to the box over Madrid. And Sanford able there to get it for the Monsters. Right side to Lindsay again. Now the far side official pointed against Lindsay, but the head referee overruled from the middle of the field and said if that's a foul, it is against the Coyotes. So Haslam will tee up a free kick from the far side. Monsters put 5 in the box. And Haslam launches. Sanford flicks it on. And a whistle, and was there a hand touch or was that too high? It'll be a free kick back to the Coyotes. To the near side, kept in by Pereira. But then Reyna clears it for the Coyotes. Up to midfield to Sanford. Near side to Yasuda. Yasuda back to Sanford. Across the midfield stripe. She sends it far side to Camp. Now to Madrid. Over to Haslam. That ball's going to stay in. Haslam sends it across. Then Hogg there again for the Coyotes. That is now 20 shots for the Monsters this afternoon. Yasuda able to position the ball at midfield, off to Abeg. Tries to go near side, cut off, but Abeg stays with it, keeps it in. Off to Pereira. Pereira through the double team. Back to Abeg, gives it right back to Pereira. Just a little bit too far. Now Pereira chases down. Sends it back to herself. Sends it across in the box to Camp. Now to Sanford. Sanford gets underneath it, and it sails high and wide for the Monsters. Coyotes have a couple of subs looking to come on. It will be 27, Taylor Brown, and 8, Corin Noose. Coyotes will boot it away with 23:57 to play in this one at a 2-1 lead for the Monsters. Haslam has it for Eastern to the near side to Yasuda. Yasuda off the shin of Davis, and it'll be a throw for the Monsters. Yasuda sends it into Lindsay. Lindsay controls, turns, fires, and wide for Eastern. On for the Coyotes will be 29, Juanita Morelos, replacing 77, Faith Reyna. "23 minutes left in this one, approaching our hydration break. It's a very warm afternoon here in the Gila Valley. Near side. The kick goes out of bounds for a throw for Eastern. Yasuda down to Lindsay against heavy pressure again, and another foul called on Lindsay. The frustration starting to show. She's wearing the captain's armband today. She's got a lot of defensive pressure every time she's touched, and a little frustration for her on that last turn for the Monsters. Aaron Holt to kick it away. Headed in by Abeg, but off of the hip of Crepeau, and a throw for the Monsters. Into Lindsay again. Lindsay turns. She's got Camp if she can find her. And cut off late by the Chandler-Gilbert defense. That was Megan Castle on the far side. Abeg able to get it back near side to Haslam. Sends it on to Camp. Camp to Sanford, off to Yasuda. Yasuda not able to get past Holt. And a long through ball, but Haslam able to get back. Off to Madrid. Madrid. Far side to Morse. Morse sends it in to Lindsay. Nice touch into the box, and Hogg there again. That was a fancy flick there by Lindsay. Just let that one roll up her leg and kind of kneed it over into the box to Camp, but unable to do anything with it. Checking back in for the Monsters will be number 19, Kylie Holt, the freshman from Eagle Mountain, Utah. But first, we'll have our hydration break here in this one. 20 minutes and 54 seconds to play. Eastern 2, Chandler-Gilbert 1. Back after this. Welcome back to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday afternoon. Hope your Labor Day was relaxing. Monsters have it in the attacking end. Pereira with it. And she's knocked down, and she is slow to get up as Holt will be whistled for the foul. And now the official and Holt having a conversation. That will be her official warning. Haslam will tee it up to the near side. Leading 2-1 with 20 minutes, 54 seconds to play. Haslam lofts it in. Headed down by the Coyotes, but Abeg there to keep it. Off to Haslam. She lofts it again. And it'll go across the line far side for an Eastern throw. Haslam to throw. Into Holt. Right back to Haslam. Haslam sends it across. Top of the 18 to Abeg. Flicks one on. In the box. Still loose. And a lefty shot by Abeg over the top bar and out for a throw. Our unofficial records have 21. Our unofficial stats have 22 shots now for the Monsters this afternoon, but have only been able to put 2 into the net. Couple of things. Credit Hogg in goal for Chandler-Gilbert. She's got 13 saves this afternoon. Madrid with the ball for Eastern. Right side to Haslam. Finds Pereira. Pereira gets around Crepeau. Has some room. Loses the ball but corrals it. Lefty floats it too far. And another shot by the Monsters that goes wide. .5 minutes left in this one. Monsters holding on to that 2-1 lead. They have been playing most of this one in the offensive end, but the Coyotes are still within striking distance. Faith Reyna on for the Coyotes. Pereira, middle of the field, trying to win it for the Monsters. She does. Near side to Holt, just a little too wide and cleared by Holt. And a run by the Coyotes. And we will have a hydration break, or is that a substitution? No, we're past our hydration break. We had that already. Into the lineup for the Coyotes, number 2, Emily Greska, the freshman from Perry High School. Throw in for the Coyotes. Headed to Greska. Now back on top. Coyotes with a shot, and that's wide. Yoshin lets it go. And it will be a goal kick for Eastern. I think if you're Coach Long, you are happy with the offensive pressure, but not excited about only putting 2 in the back of the net. Abeg with it to the middle of the field to Lindsay. Lindsay turns into Haslam at the edge of the 18. Fighting for position, going right, loses her footing, and it will be picked up by Hogg on the line, and she'll clear it away for the Coyotes. 17.5 left. It's been a hot afternoon here in Thatcher. And this is when that fatigue really starts to set in. Pereira finds Haslam right side. Haslam to Lindsay. Lindsay with the right-hand spin. In the 18, floats it towards the net. And it will be a corner for Eastern as it went off the foot of a Coyote. Haslam will set it up far side. As the Monsters set up at the edge of the 18, the defense all inside the box. Floats it in from Haslam. And shouldered in. Samantha Madrid will get that one for Eastern Arizona College. Samantha Madrid makes it a 3-1 lead for the Monsters. Madrid spent the last 2 seasons on the basketball team here at Eastern Arizona College. The assist to Haslam from the far side. That is, I think that's the first goal for Samantha Madrid. I lied. It is her 3rd goal of the season. Second goal of the season. I could read numbers. They came to the near side. The officials came to the near side talking to the press box. I'm not real sure what the issue was. Nonetheless, Monsters have possession. Yasuda with it. And bring it all the way up herself. Finds Abeg near side. Knocked out of bounds by Reyna. And it'll be Monster throw with 15:23 to play. Waiting on a ball there. Grace had to run and get that one as it rolled all the way to the parking lot. And now Yasuda will throw. Into Pereira. Pereira works against Reyna. Right side now to Holt. Holt will leave it back to Madrid, the last goal scorer for the Monsters. Haslam back to Holt on the give and go. Just a little bit too much. Yasuda able to keep it in at midfield. Off to Pereira. Pereira leaves it back to Haslam for the Monsters. Yasuda with it. Gets around Reyna. Finds Lindsay. But knocked away by the Coyotes. On the run to the near side. And kicked out. It will stay with Chandler-Gilbert. Abeg over to Haslam. Sends it across midfield. Holt v. Holt. And kicked away by the Coyotes as the Monsters will throw to the near side on the near side. Yasuda. Kicked back by the Coyotes. Morellis chasing it down for the Coyotes, but Eastern able to get there. Near side Abeg, too much and out. It'll be a throw for the Coyotes. Into Reyna. Taken away by Pereira. Leaves it for Abeg to the near side. Sends it up. Nobody there. Holt sends it back for the Coyotes. Yasuda there for Eastern. She's going to sprint it into the attack on her own. Left side to Holt. Holt in a foot race. And her and the defender collide, and it's kicked out by Cadence Turner. It'll be an Eastern throw. Holt braced herself for the impact there from Turner, but I think one more extra kick and she would have cleared herself from the defender. Yasuda sends it down into the deep corner. Nobody there for Eastern. But the Coyotes kick it out. It'll be an Eastern throw. Down into the corner to Lindsay. Knocked out again by Farr, it looks like. Another throw for the Monsters deep in the corner. 12 minutes to play in this one. Eastern with a 3-1 lead over Chandler-Gilbert. Yasuda will throw. Into Lindsay. And kicked out by the Coyotes, but this time it will be a corner. And Abeg will kick, but first we'll have a substitution. Nope. Yep, we will have a substitution on for the Monsters. Will be 24, Kara Camp, replacing number 19, Kylie Holt. Abeg will set up the corner kick for Eastern. The lefty sends it into the box, headed through for a goal kick. Got onto the head of somebody in the middle of the box. It might have been Sanford. Hard to tell from here into that sunlight. And it will be a goal kick for the Coyotes with 10:55 left in this one. It's game one of a doubleheader here tonight. The Eastern men will play next here against Chandler-Gilbert Community College. Eastern with it. Lindsay has it. Back to Pereira. Give and go to Lindsay. Little unorganized. And the Coyotes take advantage. But up at midfield, the Monsters get it back. Marley Sanford with it. Right side to Morse. Morse over to Haslam. Haslam to Madrid. Madrid back to Haslam. Kicked away by the Coyotes and out. Morse will throw. Right side to Haslam. She's on. Crosses it to Lindsay, top of the 18. To Sanford. Doesn't get much on it. And kicked away out to Madrid. Madrid keeps it in, right side to Haslam. Nice move by Haslam. Into the 18. Haslam crosses, looking for Lindsay. In and goal for Emma Lindsay, her 9th. Check that, her 10th of the season for Emma Lindsay to stay on top of the ACCAC. Emma Lindsay with her second goal. That's a brace for her. And the Monsters up 4-1. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And the Monsters have taken the 4-1 lead here against Chandler-Gilbert Community College. 9:46 to play. Haslam with another assist from the far side for the Monsters on that one. Eastern looking for another chance. Up 4-1, 9:24 to play. Madrid heads it over to Sanford. And a whistle and a chicken wing called against Sanford, and I think she's going to get a yellow card for delay of game. She is. Marley Sanford's going to be booked at the 9:11 mark of the second half for a yellow card. She's going to come off and be replaced by number 12, Riley Molaski, the sophomore from Syracuse, Utah. Free kick for the Coyotes. Lofts it in. Molaski can't clear it. Shot on and saved by Ocean. She has not seen much action in the second half. The Monster defense has been pretty solid. And here comes Camp. Breakaway, right side. She's got Abeg on the near side. Camp fires through, and that is going to go in for Camp off the far side. Another goal for the Monsters on a breakaway. And they have not stopped with the pressure. They had 10 shots on goal in the first half. They've got 23 shots on goal in the game, so 13 in the second half. And the Monsters, Kara Camp picks up another goal for Eastern Arizona College. Her 5th of the season. 8:34 to play. Monsters lead 5-1 over Chandler-Gilbert Community College. Monsters trying to go 2-0 in conference play as Haslam has a run up the right side. Looking for Camp again. Haslam checks it. Goes right on the run. And is dispossessed, and that one goes out of bounds for a corner kick. Another corner for the Monsters. Eastern has scored 5 unanswered here in the second half after trailing 1-0 at halftime. Into the box, headed away. Yasuda there for Eastern. Knocked down and up to Davis on the run. Haslam there, the last defender, and she's going to kick it away. Stays in for the Monsters, works against Davis, finds Yasuda. Nice defense there by Haslam to stop the run. Yasuda lofts it. Far side, onside is Camp. Another chance for Camp, and it goes off of her knee and over the end line. And a goal kick for the Coyotes. 7:18 to play. In this one, the Monsters now with a 5-1 lead. Molaski heads it over to Pereira. Pereira to Yasuda. Yasuda near side to Abeg. Abeg on to Lindsay, right back to Abeg on the give and go, left side. Middle of the field now to Camp. Camp out to Molaski. Molaski floats one towards goal, just a little too high for Molaski, from Molaski. Holt to kick it away for the Coyotes, but kept in by the Monsters. Off to Lindsay. Lindsay going to try lefty. Saved by Hogg. Gets away, and it's going to be kicked in for Eastern Arizona College. Camp with her second goal on the rebound. We'll give the assist to Emma Lindsay. And the Monsters in control here late, 6-1. Nice job of not giving up on the play by Camp on the far side. Lindsay tried the lefty. It went off of the hands of Hogg, and Camp was there to finish it for Eastern. Madrid with it. Trying to clear it, not able to do it. Over to Davis. Molaski will clear. Oh, but a whistle and a foul called on Eastern. Be a set piece now for the Coyotes on the far side. I think they've only had one shot on goal the second half. They have. And it was a save by, or one save by Yoshin in the second half. Alvarez will take the kick for the Coyotes. 5:26 to play. Floats it. Off the edge of the net, side of the net. From this angle, it looked like it went in, but it did not. It floated into the side of the net, and the Monsters will get it back. Haslam to midfield to Camp. Over her head, but Haslam comes on the angle, far side. Gets around the defender. Haslam into the box, fires. Nobody on the far post as Lindsay had cut to the middle of the field. Great effort. Haslam's going to need an ice bath after this one. She has sprinted the length of the field all afternoon long. 4.5 to play. Monsters with a commanding 6-1 lead. Yasuda with it. Tries to head it over to Madrid. Can't get it to her. Yasuda takes a shove in the back by Reyna. And a whistle and a foul. Haslam will set the kick. Again, we thank everybody for tuning in this afternoon here for EAC Women's Soccer. It's going to be the last home game until the 30th of September, so we will not be back with you until the 30th of September here on the EAC live stream. Molaski keeps it on, far side to Lindsay, chases it down on the inline, and has it kicked away for a throw-in for the Monsters. Taking a look at the Eastern Arizona College schedule. An illegal throw called on the Monsters, so that'll be a turnover back to the Coyotes for a throw. Eastern will go to Mesa on the 9th, to Cochise on the 12th, to Arizona Western on the 16th, to Glendale on the 19th, to South Mountain on the 29th. I said, 5 away, 5 on the road for Eastern Arizona College. Then they'll have 4 home before finishing the season October 17th on the road at Gateway. Haslam able to keep it for the Monsters. Near side to Abeg. Nice one touch to Lindsay. Tries to find Pereira. Reyna boots it deep into the arms of Yoshin. 2:38 to play in this one. The Monsters holding on to a 6-1 lead. They trailed 1-0 at halftime and put up 6 unanswered. Camp on another run right side for Eastern. Into the middle of the box, and Hogg there to stop it before it got to Abeg on the near side. Madrid heads it down to Pereira, back to Madrid. Near side to Abeg, a little too hard, but Abeg stays with it and controls it. To Lindsay. Lindsay kicks it right side on to Camp, and cleared away by the Coyotes. That one will be a throw for the Monsters on the near side. Stick around for the second half of the doubleheader. The Eastern Arizona men will be in action against Chandler-Gilbert tonight. Set to throw into Pereira. Pereira can't hang on to it on the end line. Alvarez far side with it. Tries to find Crapo near side and does. And a whistle and a foul called on Yasuda for a kick for the Monsters. Crapo set to take it with 70 seconds to play. Time of possession, offensive pressure. That is, if you're looking for the difference in this one tonight, that's what it is for the Monsters. They didn't give up down 1-0, and they kept applying the offensive pressure. They dominated time of possession, and they put 6 unanswered goals up here in the second half. Molaski with it for Eastern, right side to Haslam. Haslam up to Camp. Camp on the run again. She's got 2 goals today. So does Emma Lindsay. Camp into the edge. Looking for Molaski out on top. Not going to find her, but Eastern trying to chase it down and keeps it in. And a long boot right side for Morse. Not able to get it in, but now 13 seconds to play, and this one is going to be into the record books. Monsters move to 2-0, 4-2-1 on the season, and 2-0 in the ACC with a 6-1 lead over the Chandler-Gilbert Community College Coyotes. Final score, 6-1 here from Eastern Arizona College. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back to recap it right after this. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Final score, 6-1, Eastern Arizona College on top. Let's take a look at the stats in this one. For Chandler-Gilbert Community College, Sally Davis was the lone goal scorer at the 5-minute mark. 13 saves tonight for Samantha Hogg, though. She was solid in the net for Chandler-Gilbert tonight. For Eastern Arizona College, Cillian Pereira with 1 goal tonight. 2 for Emma Lindsay, 2 for Kara Camp, and 1 for Samantha Madrid. 2 assists for Maddie Haslam, 1 for Emma Lindsay. 4 saves for Eva Jusen. She only faced 7 shots today and saved 4 of them. Taking a look at the scoring summary, Chandler-Gilbert got the scoring started 1-0 in the 5th minute of the first half on an Allie Davis goal, and then it was all Eastern after that. Emma Lindsay penalty kick at the 50-minute mark made it a 1-1 ball game. Cillian Pereira in the 59th minute, 2-1 Monsters. Then in the 74th minute, Samantha Madrid from Haslam makes it 3-1. Then Emma Lindsay makes it 4-1 in the 81st minute. The Monsters 1 minute later make it 5-1 on a Kara Camp goal, and she gets her second 2 minutes later on an Emma Lindsay assist as she cleans it up at the goal line to make it 6-1. That is the final score here tonight. Eastern wins it 6-1. They are on the road for the next 2.5, 3 weeks. They'll be back home September 30th to take on Phoenix College. That'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us. EAC Men's coming up next.